A calorie is a calorie, fat chance. Guys, the sooner you understand this, the less likely you are to be fat. What's up guys, Jeff Cavalier, AthleanX.com. I know that I mentioned last week that we would hit the gym and show you the mid-back and the way to target that as we did the V-taper. However, there is an issue that kind of came upon my desk this week that I feel should be a hot button issue, and it's one that I think we had to do a video on. We had to address because I think it's that much of a confusion, and really it's determining how guys are looking, because it's all about our nutrition, and we know that nutrition plays a large part in how we look. Now, the issue here is the statement that a calorie is a calorie is a calorie. And guys, I can't say enough or strongly enough that I don't believe in that at all. Matter of fact, I thought, why don't I show you an example of, and let you decide yourself whether you believe, is it true or is it not true? Now, and I'll explain at the end why I really firmly believe that it's not. But on face value, guys, people that say a calorie is a calorie, their argument is you can, as long as you're eating, let's say 1,500 calories a day, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what you're eating, you're going to maintain your weight. If that's, let's say, your standard base rate of caloric expenditure for the day, then you're going to have 1,500 calories of a Snickers bar and 1,500 calories of something entirely healthy. It's going to be the same net result. And that's completely bogus. Guys, let me explain why. Here is a 250 calorie Snicker bar. Now, when I grew up, I remember these things being bigger than this. I don't know what kind this is, but this is 250 calories, and it's not even as long as my finger, okay? 250 calories. Now, I'm going to show the other extreme, greens. We all know that greens are entirely healthy, right? Well, this is baby kale. 4 of these big boxes of kale would equate to the number of calories that's in this. I just didn't want to have a stack of 4 to show you here, but it's 4 of these boxes of kale that would equate to the number of calories here. Let's take a look at the difference between the two though from a nutritional standpoint. If we look here, we've got kale down this side, Snicker bar down here. Both 250 calories. Your kale is going to deliver in this 4 boxes full, which remember, it's a lot more that you can eat too when you're eating healthy. 12 grams of protein compared to 3 in the Snickers bar. Must be the peanuts in there. Sugar, nothing in the kale. 32 grams of sugar in that Snickers bar. Fiber, 10 grams of fiber. It's very tough to find fiber these days because there's a lot of things that we don't eat, especially processed foods don't have fiber. 10 grams of fiber, 1 gram in the Snickers bar. Vitamin C, 290 milligrams of vitamin C. 0 milligrams here in the Snickers bar. And finally, iron, you have 35% of your recommended daily allowance of iron in your kale. You've got 2% of your RDA here in Snickers. Now, I'm sure you probably could have told me before you looked at this breakdown that Snickers bars aren't all that good for you. But where does that leave the guys who argue that a calorie is a calorie is a calorie? Hopefully it leaves them in the wrong position because, guys, I can tell you for a fact that's not true. Let me take that argument a little bit further. This is a Nestle Crunch Bar that it's fairly big, I admit that, but there's over 800 calories in this bar right here. Okay, bunch of fat, bunch of sugar. This is my dinner for tonight. There's less than 800 calories on here. Now, in terms again of quantity of food, way more food here than there is here. Way more nutrients here than there is here. We have sweet potatoes here. I have couscous. I have edamame here. I've got grilled chicken with grilled eggplant. Guys, these are good tasting foods. I'm not saying this doesn't taste good, but these are good tasting foods that you can certainly live on, that can provide way more in the way of nutrition than this bar. And again, way more in terms of volume than this bar. Here's the thing, guys. It comes down to nutragenomics. Okay, there's a term that we are right on the cusp of now, developing a lot more information about how what we eat can determine gene expression in our bodies. Now think about how powerful it is, guys. This is going to, again, become a major topic as we move forward in the next few years because science is all over this. that when you eat certain nutrients, they have an impact on the expression of the proteins on the outer layers of our cells that determine what then happens inside that cell. So what that cell becomes, or how it's expressed, or the metabolites that it produces. Depending upon the levels of the nutrient that's put into the body, that will determine how much of an expression is actually occurring from those cells. Now you tell me that the makeup and the constituent and the value of what you eat doesn't impact what you're ultimately going to become. And if you guys want to become bigger, better, stronger, then you got to start caring about what you eat. It's not about the number of calories, it's about the quality of what you put in your body. And guys, I've talked about even here from a supplementation standpoint. You know how strongly I feel about my Athlean Rx supplements. I'll tell you one thing. Let me read to you the calories in each one. Athlean Rx 1, 100 calories per serving. It's a pre-workout. Athlean Rx 2, 165 calories post-workout. Okay? Not as many as you might be accustomed to. The overnight nutrition, 100 calories. Guys, it's not about cramming as many calories as you can into a post-workout shake as you're used to, or any of the weight gainers or things like that. It's about getting in the right nutrients, because the right nutrients are what are going to have an effect on your body through, again, what we're talking about, nutragenomics. And as we start to learn more and more, again, we're just on the cusp of it now, we're going to see a lot more of an impact and importance on why we should be watching what we eat. It's something that we've been on top of, guys, with the Athlean-X Factor meal plan, built into all this, the concepts behind that. This is why we want you to eat a certain way. But I know, as you guys will see, and you guys can vouch for who are on the program, eating on this program is probably the easiest you've ever had it, and it's probably the tastiest and the best tasting you've ever had. So there's not all that much of a trade-off when you have to get rid of a lot of this crap and instead fuel your body for building muscle and getting bigger and stronger. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you head over to AthleanX.com right now and grab the Athlean-X training system. It includes the X Factor meal plan, your step-by-step approach to eating based on everything we just talked about. And guys, it's almost summer, right? You want to make sure you want to look good. Nutrition is going to be a key part of how fast you see results in the next 90 days. Finally, supplementation standpoint, Athlean Rx. Guys who aren't already trying it, give it a try. See why it's not all about calories. See why it's about what goes in these bottles that determines how you look and what you get out of them. I'll see you guys back here next week. As promised, mid-back, we'll hit it up next.